Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Bay Sunday. I'm your host, Frank Malakote. Another great program for you this morning. Two nonprofits, one that caters to young people, the other to our nurses, in a mayor's journey and politics and life. And if you ever wondered where the elf on the shelf came from, wonder no more. We've got you covered today. But first, a couple of pitches your way to you viewers. If you'd like to connect with us about a show idea, we'd love to hear from you. You can go to cbssf.com, click on Connect, and we'll get you all the information, links to our emails, social media, Facebook, Twitter, and the works. You know the drill there. Showtime now. Our first guests are the founders of the Daisy Foundation, now 20-plus years strong. It celebrates our nurses, many times forgotten, but after the comfort care they delivered to their son Patrick, who passed away, they wanted to make sure that these hospital heroes get a much-deserved pat on the back. Pleased to welcome Bonnie and Mark Barnes to Bay Sunday. How are you guys?
Thank you. So nice to meet you. Thank you.
Down from wine country?
Yes.
Beautiful spot up there.
Thank you.
I heard you speak in a YouTube clip, and you said there's no hug like a nurse's hug.
Oh, so true.
So true, isn't it?
Yes, and I think that they hug the way they hug because it's part of the way they help their patients and their families heal.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference.
Well, tell us about Patrick. He passed away from...
It's actually 13 years ago. He died of complications of the autoimmune disease ITP. Okay. So DAISY is an acronym for diseases attacking the immune system.
And you were so touched with the care that he got in his last couple of weeks.
Yes.
You decided to turn this into a way of giving back in his honor and in your honor as well to nurses, right?
Well, it's really been our mission to celebrate the extraordinary, special things nurses do every day that they completely take for granted. But it's the compassion and kindness and the little things that they think of that make all the difference in a patient's and family's experience when they're ill.
And you spoke about even when your stepson was sedated.
Yes.
The way they handled him and touched him.
Yes.
And you were really taken back by that.
Totally, totally. And the stories we've heard over the years, now that some 35,000 nurses have been honored with the Daisy Award and 200,000 have been nominated for the Daisy Award, well, those stories just take your breath away.
And you know, it's got to feel good for the nurses too, because they're kind of unsung heroes really in the hospital. They do all the little things, but they are really, the doctors come and go, do the surgeries and whatnot, but these are the ones that are always attending.
That is so true. And they're completely self-effacing about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not just for the patient, the families too, right, Mark? I mean, they come in, they touch you as much as your son.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I do want to just say one thing, is that one of the things that has really struck me about nurses is their ability to say, I didn't do anything special. I'm just doing my job. And last summer, we had an opportunity when we were at Walter Reed Military Hospital to do a Daisy Award there. And talking to the commandant of the base, who was a physician, said something that totally sums up what nurses are. And I said to him, why do nurses do this? Why do they say this? And he said to me, of course that's what they say. That's because they're heroes. Yeah. He said, our Medal of Honor winners and our nurses say, I didn't do anything special. And I have to tell you, a story is that the soldier who nominated his nurse finished up after he read the nomination and said, you're my hero.
Wow.
And she said, I didn't do anything special. So we just want to remind people that these are everyday heroes.
Yeah, it's true. It's like a good athlete. You don't have to brag if you're good. People just know.
Very true.
So true with a nurse too, and we've got them in in our family and friends and such. So they're just they just take care of everybody, really.
Very true.
Well, tell us about the Daisy Foundation. Now, it's in over 1,300 healthcare facilities throughout the United States. A number of them right here in the Bay Area.
That's correct.
What exactly do you do?
Well, the nurses themselves in the hospital create a committee that selects the nurse who's going to win the Daisy Award each month. Nurses are nominated for the Daisy Award by patients and families or colleagues or anyone who's seen them do something special for a patient. And then they're chosen by their peers, which makes this very powerful, and presented usually as a surprise in the nursing unit in front of all their colleagues and friends, and it's a great celebration.
What would your stepson say, Patrick?
Oh, Patrick would have loved this. Yeah. It's so who he was. He was a grateful, happy, funny guy who loved people, and this is just so in keeping with his personality. We're extremely proud to do this in his name.
And Mark, it's got to be a big morale booster too for these unsung heroes, really, to get a little recognition because they deserve it.
Well, absolutely it is, and I just want to add one other thing, is that not only are we in the United States, we're in 8 other countries around the world, and Bonnie and I have had the fortune to visit many of these hospitals. And the one thing, and I say this to everybody who's listening, you can be very comfortable if you ever get sick in a foreign country, because nurses are nurses all over the world.
Doesn't matter where you are,
I think
right?
They're born with a special DNA that makes them nurses, and patients are all they live for is to take care of. So.
Well, it's an awesome thing that you folks have done, and I'm sure your son is looking down saying, nice job.
He's very, very
Nice
proud.
job.
Thank you.
I
So
miss
nice
him
to meet
still,
you.
though.
Oh, I bet you do. I bet you do. Well, Mark and Bonnie, thanks so much for coming in.
you.
Have a great holiday.
You as well.
We appreciate it. If
Thank
you'd like
you.
more
Thank you very
information,
much.
you can log on to daisyfoundation.org. Nice and easy. When we come back, my colleague Alan Martin's going to sit down with the creator of a holiday favorite, Elf on the Shelf. If you got kids around, they're going to love this interview. Coming up. Stay right there.